Alright, so this is an attempt to get out and just make some adjustments to the camera setup, the direction that it faces. Just make sure that it's facing the way I want it to face. Nothing, not a real big ride, just actually here in the neighborhood. See if I can pick up some wind noise so that I can make some proper adjustments to the mic. I have one mic in my helmet, and then I have another mic in my backpack or attached to the outside of my backpack. The first time I did this test, I had the settings on stereo, and what I found out was that if you have it on stereo, the mics work individually, independent of each other. In other words, just like the word stereo, it's supposed to be like a surround sound, right? So whenever you go back to play, you could potentially hear, or you will hear, my voice on one speaker, whether it be the right or the left, and then you'll hear whatever the other microphone is picking up, most likely the exhaust, on the right or the left, either or. So you'll hear them on different sides. You'll hear the noise on different sides. So I want to see how this works. Everything right now is turned down to a 12 gain. All the mics are minus 12 on the gain, both mics I mean. So I'm just checking it out and doing a little test run. I mean, you can see I'm only doing 30 miles an hour, 30 to 40 between there. It's not a test on the freeway, but at least it'll give me some kind of bearings as to where my mic needs to be placed at. I think I'm more concerned with the mic on my backpack as opposed to the one in my helmet. And then see how much gain I need to turn up on the helmet mic. And then potentially either turning up the gain on the mic in the back, but I can't turn it down anymore. The only thing that I could do is put it inside my backpack so that it doesn't pick up as much noise and overcome this mic. So I guess in mono, as opposed to stereo, in mono, it tends to, you're going to hear more of what the mics pick up. It's going to choose, so what's the loudest thing coming through, and that's what it's going to that's what's going to be on the upfront of your recording. So I'm assuming that right now, most of the audio is probably going to be coming from the mic that's on my backpack, attached to the outside of my backpack. And this is only at 30 miles an hour, between 30 and 40, nothing big. So I'll just pull over here shortly somewhere and see if I can tell any difference. Probably should have brought my headset so I can listen to recordings on the road as opposed to trying to hear it from my phone. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll play some multiple stuff and move the mics around, do some different settings with the mics. I think the camera is about as good as it's going to get right there. I'm capturing a little bit of everything. This helmet tends to, it doesn't fit me perfect. It's a really good helmet, very comfortable, but it doesn't fit me perfect. It seems like it wants to dive down. It wants to dive down towards my chest. And then the chin mount tends to want to hit my jacket when I'm wearing the jacket. It'll tend to get caught around the zipper area. It just wants to go down. And then my eyesight, there's the crap, what do you call that? The screen lens that keeps your lens from fogging up. I forget the name of it. It's right in the middle of my eyesight, so sometimes I'll pump the helmet up a little bit like that, and then eventually it drops down with all the rest, and right there is probably where it's most comfortable. But that line from the from the fog protector, or fog crap, I don't remember what they call it. Either way, I think you get my point. The pin lock screen, there you go. That line from the very top of the helmet area, it's right in the middle of my eyesight. Bothers me a little bit, but then after a few months getting on the road, I kind of get used to it and I'm able to look around it. It doesn't bother me once I get going. It's just something that I've gotten used to, I guess. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But yeah, here we go. I'm going to pull over right inside there. It's like a little area where people go and park when they're going to get into they're going to go walking, do some walking around the lakes. They'll park their cars right there. So most people can walk, some people would rather walk. Drive and just park there. So we'll pull in there and then I'll check out the footage, see what it sounds like, see if I can make out any sounds or any issues over here while I'm sitting in here. And I'll get back to you shortly. Alright. So you find a nice little shade. Right here is good enough, I think. Not bothering anybody. Alright, I'll get back to you. I left everything the same way. The only change that I did is I was listening to some audio right now and I can still hear audio coming, separating to the left and right, even though it was on mono. It's obviously opposite of stereo. I'll try this again. I put some noise reduction settings in there. Turned those on. I had them off, so I'll turn them on now. The mics are still in the same position. Nothing's changed from that perspective. We'll figure that out. We'll find out why it's still charging, not charging. Quad lights have been working out pretty well, but there is some issues with geez, I must be having a party over here. Test on the DJI Mic. Yeah, the Mic 2. Second version of the original mic. Hence the word 2. Pick up the speed a little bit, see what kind of wind reduction we can get out of those settings. Hopefully we get this worked out, it works out good. I did try last time doing it with just the one mic inside my helmet, and it seemed to work pretty good. I could still hear the motorcycle in the back. I could still hear the exhaust from the motorcycle. But I didn't get to ride on the street. It was kind of late at night, and I didn't really go anywhere. I just put the helmet on and did a test like that, which is not much of a test for me. And I'm not wearing any gloves. I probably should still had some on, but just for the purpose of going up and down the road and hurrying up and getting to a point to where I could make these changes on the fly pretty quickly is the only reason I didn't do it. Like I said, I'm not going too far. I'm not doing anything crazy. Sometimes it's not up to me on the craziness, but here we are. All right, so I'll check it out again, get back with you. All right, so I made a small adjustment on the gain for the mic inside my helmet. Hopefully that's the right mic. So we'll see what kind of changes that does. See how that works out. It's kind of funny. I was listening to my voice right now, and every single time I go and play back some video footage, I feel like I'm talking like when I was wearing my mask, you know, throughout the COVID times, and everybody had their mask on, and you couldn't pronunciate things the right way, and I feel like that's happening to me still, but I think this time it's just because of the helmet that fits so tightly around my cheeks. It kind of makes me lazy in a way too. I have to pronounce my words a little bit easier and better, and with more emphasis on the vocabulary, because these inserts on the cheek pads are just squeezing my my mouth in one position that makes it sound like I'm just not trying to talk, like I don't want to talk. Like it just makes you. Either way, I turned up the gain to a 10 on the inside mic. So now from a -12 to a -10, and see how that does. So just for perspective, I got the mic on I do have the mic on my windscreen. So if I raise my windscreen up, the mic goes with it. I do have two places where I can put it. One is almost closer to my mouth, and the other one's on the windscreen. I also have it on the windscreen facing, like the mic portions facing towards my ear as opposed to facing towards my mic, just because of the fuzzy stuff that's there. So I kind of wanted to just keep it away from my nose, to keep it from, you know, tickling my nose or getting out of it in front of my face. Doesn't really bother me too much, but I thought I'd try it like this first before I start doing it the other way. See if I can make it work this way. If this works fine, then I'll leave it in that position. If not, if I have to turn the mic around and face it the opposite way to where it's facing my mouth, then I'll do so. It's not a big deal. I just wanted to try something. So for now, it's just facing the mic portions, facing my ear, as opposed to it facing the screen in the front. If that makes sense to you. We'll pull in here and check out some footage, see what it sounds like. I didn't change any settings on the back. The mic is still on the outside of the backpack. Didn't change any mics settings other than the previous one for that we've done on both of them, and that's the noise reduction is on. All right, let's check it out. All right, so everything still sounds the same, pretty good. I did make one other adjustment on this time around. I put the mic inside of my backpack. And if I can get the same quality sound from that mic, from where it's at, I'll probably just keep it in the backpack. That way, keep it away from the elements, the dust, the rain. You know, if I happen to take a fall, then it doesn't get lost anywhere. So we'll try this time around, see what we can do, and if it's not high enough to the point to where we're picking up some good sound from the exhaust, then maybe by turning up the gain on that mic, it might work a little bit better. I don't know, we'll find out. Let's get this traffic pass by. Another thing that I still want to do is I'll turn the mic around to where it's facing my mouth, and then I'll relocate the mic to the chin area, to my chin area, and see what changes we can overcome at that point. So it's a real nice day out right now. We got plenty of sun. It's not too hot. I guess it was a little bit hotter earlier today, but It's fine. Beautiful sunshine. What more do you want? Look at that. Nice little area. Alright, let's see if we can what kind of sounds we're getting. Take it up to about 60. Bring it back down. Don't get too happy. We'll just check everything, make sure that we get some good quality sound out of the mics the best that we can. That way once I set the settings, I can just forget about it. Don't mess with it no more. Every time I go ride, I just slap them on and just make sure the settings are correct, and that's it. We're good to go. There's one thing I need to check on my camera. I need to make sure that I find a way to lock the screen, or to where it locks automatically. That way, if I go messing with it and start cleaning the lens off, I don't accidentally hit something and start messing around or fumbling around through there. All right, let's go back in here and check the settings out, see what kind of noise or what kind of sound we're getting from the mic being inside of my backpack. All right. Let's do it. All right, so this setting is going to be with the mic facing my mouth. I'm sure there's going to be a significant difference in the sound quality coming out, because the mic is actually set right in front of my mouth. And even if I was to change it to my chin area, to, like I said, it's on the visor right now, there's an area where I can mount it on the inside of the helmet's chin area. And I'll tell you, I know it's going to be a big difference. I'm sure it's going to be a big difference, because when you're talking directly into the mic, it's obviously going to be much better quality sound coming out. I was just only trying to see if I could manage doing something different the other way, keeping that little fuzzy stuff off my nose and keeping it from tickling my mouth or my nose, or causing me to reach in there and start fumbling around with my helmet to scratch and itch. So yeah, let's see what this sounds like going through here. Not spending too much time out here. I just kind of wanted a quick rundown of these things, get some settings going, and maybe I'll make some changes later on. Again, I still want to try it with a single mic inside my helmet and see what kind of noise I get from that. I mean, I keep calling it noise, and I guess at the end of the day, most people might want to call it noise, especially going through a neighborhood or something like that where they don't want to hear a bunch of motorcycles all the time. But yeah, some sound. See if we can get some good sound from this mic. That's all I really want to do, is make sure we get it right. I really like the fact that you can actually look at the what I'm capturing. I can see where my camera's facing, if I like it or not. I don't have to fumble around through the footage to say, oh no, move it just a little bit further up, or a little bit down, it's not right. And I can actually do that with this while I'm recording. The GoPro, at least the Hero Max that I was using, I wasn't able to do that. I had to go back and review footage every single time. So this is very helpful. Good job, DJI. Okay, so I have turned off the mic number 2. It is now off at this point. So we're going to try to see what kind of audio we get from a single helmet mic. We'll see. Never know. This might be a good thing. We can pick up my voice pretty good, and maybe still pick up some sound from the exhaust. see. Let this traffic roll through. No need, don't want to get nobody in a rush or rushing me. Yeah. All right, let's go. Yeah, so this is just one mic on, which is the one that's in my helmet. I'm sure we won't be picking up too much noise or sound from the outside, as I do have the noise reduction turned on, and it's inside of an enclosed helmet. I'm sure we'll get some kind of background noise, but I don't think we'll get too much from the exhaust. And that's not what we want. We want to be able to hear that rumble, you know. Everybody wants to hear a little bit of that rumble from the motorcycle. It just kind of brings the experience of going on a ride and having other people view your rides, and kind of puts them in the moment. That's what we want. What we're trying to achieve. You need to slow down, buddy. All right, let's check out this footage. All right, so I'm going to show you where I have the mic. Yep, so that's where I have the mic, inside here, while it was inside. When I first initially started, I had the mic, so we can see, inside here, just like that, kind of on the inside. That was the original place I had it. Once I took it off, I changed it around, and I put the mic inside here, inside the bag, just like that. You know, zipped it up. That way it keeps it out of the elements. I think we still got some pretty good audio out of it. Wasn't too bad. If I ever need to turn up the gain, I'm sure we can do that later on. I think for now that'll work. In my camera, I'll show you, in my helmet, sorry. I'll show you what I got and where it's mounted. Let me unlock the camera from here. There you go. Oh, that's where it's at. See that? You can see it from outside. If you're looking at me close enough and the sun's not too bright, you'll be able to see it, but that's it right there. If you look at it from the inside, it sits right in there. And you can see that these mics right here, the other mic, the other position for the mic would be right here, where the other magnets are at. The only problem with that, and hopefully you can hear me pretty good. The only problem with that is that if you look at it like this, this is where my cheek goes, and you can see this is kind of hard. Obviously it's not uncomfortable for it to sit right there. It's very doable. My only concern would be that if I was to go down and I was to, if I'm riding and if I go down and I hit here, then it's going to push, naturally it's going to push the helmet into me, into my face, and then that would go potentially right into my mouth and potentially break a couple of teeth or knock some teeth out. So I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm trying to keep away from that. I've fallen quite a bit of times. I haven't had that issue where I've gone down and had the helmet being smashed into my face, but it's potential there, so I don't know. We'll see how far we can get to it. Got some people going up for the wedding. Oh no. Alright, so You know, these mics, they have a bunch of little buttons on them, so I accidentally, when I was putting moving the mic around, I accidentally pushed some of those buttons. So that's kind of one of those things that I was talking about, where if you could get it to the point where, you know, once you've set it and you've got it where you want it, maybe like a little lock feature on the mic itself, like a little switch. That way when you go fumbling around with the mics, picking them up, grabbing them, put them back, not accidentally messing with the settings, turning them off, because there's like 3 little buttons on there, so it'd be real easy to go in there and fumble things around with the mics if you're not careful. So I mean, I'd like to see some kind of little switch that cuts off the usability of those little buttons. Kind of something like you know how the iPhones have that little switch on the side to where you can turn off the mute it or unmute it. Yeah, same thing. You know, just a little switch to give those controls a lock feature. That'd be good. I know, we just keep asking for stuff, right? Seems like every time somebody comes out with a great product, we tend to break it down and try to find flaws in it. But you know, that's what it's about. You know, making some great products better, and usability and functions and everybody's reviews out there. I mean, I'm not one to review products. It's just, you know, me trying to get out here and work on my own settings, things like that. I just thought it'd be a good video to make, and maybe I'll post it. Maybe not. We'll see. All right, so apparently I had to turn off, stop recording and then start recording again to be able to, again, I'm just putting it inside here, you know, close it up, no biggie. Yeah, apparently I had to stop recording and then add the mic. I can't just turn on the mic and let it keep recording. That makes sense. Wouldn't make sense. All right. All right, let's get out of here and review the footage on, you know, a little better, in a better setting. Mount this camera where it needs to be. I think right there would be good. If anything closer is be too much, I think this is good enough right there. Let's see. Well, all right, let's go. Let's get out of here. Well, it's not much of a review of these mics. Like I said, I'm not the kind of person to start doing any kind of reviews or anything like that, but I just wanted to get some work these settings in a way that I could manage them a little bit better while I'm on my rides, and hopefully y'all can get a better sound of my rambling while I'm on the rides. I don't know if that's gonna be a good thing for y'all or not, but anyway, leave some comments down there in the bottom. Sure, it does encourage me to make more videos, and if you like this kind of videos, let me know in the comments. All right, well, hope you enjoyed it. I'm out of here. I think I got plenty of footage. I'll go back, review it, do some cuts, final cuts to it, and if I feel like posting it, I'll post it. All right, thanks guys, later.